everyone. I'm Carl Hungs, CEO of Season Group and SG Wireless. This is Coffee with Colleagues, a collection of conversations between myself and our colleagues from around the world. Our guest today is Carolina from Reynosa, Mexico. Welcome, Carolina.
Hi.
Hi, Carolina. Can you introduce yourself a bit to the audience?
Sure. Well, I'm located here in Reynosa, Mexico, and the Season Group company, or the location over here. I'm in HR. I'm in charge of the recruiting and the talent acquisition right now. And I have almost 3 months in the company. I'm pretty new, but I've liked it so far.
And this is our first time talking and seeing each other in person too.
Yeah.
So welcome to the company.
Thank you.
How are you liking things so far? You joined at a pretty unique time frame. It's when COVID started, really.
Yeah, actually, it was strange because I changed jobs during the pandemic, and all the time that I've been here, it's been all pandemic here and over there and everything. I mean, I've had some home office days and office days, so it's been weird, but it's been fun because it's very changing and new for me because I was in HR, but not fully in all the HR, just in one small section. So I think it's been different.
Okay. So can you take me through a day in the life of your current role right now? A typical day?
Sure. Well, typically I'll get here about 7:30. Some days, well, it's very varied because some days I have to source and screen people all day or just make phone calls. So that could be a little bit frustrating because not everybody answers the phone calls. Other days I have to schedule the interviews and send the candidates or get in touch with the hiring managers just to let them know that I already have the candidates, or let them know a little bit more about the candidates if they have any questions. I also receive the new candidates or the new employees on their first day, so I have to arrange all that when they're going to come in. I would usually be in the HR office with all my colleagues, and sometimes I help them out with anything else that we have to do as a team. I also have to do not that much, but I have to do paperwork. So there's days they're like really quiet or really just getting paperwork in order. And I think that will be it. I mean, there's days where there's hectic, and other days it's pretty calm.
Okay. So finish work. What do you do after work then?
Right now, well, I go straight to my house. I usually just go from the work to my home and to my home for work. We have a little protocol to get into our house that it's we get all our shoes off and get them clean. I'll spray some alcohol all around the things that I've had out, and throughout the day I have to go wash my hands and go change my clothes immediately before I touch any one of my family. And it's just prevention. Thank God not anyone in my family has gotten sick, but it's a little bit of prevention. And the only time that I've been out, it's been to get some groceries or maybe just a drive around the city. Just to not be closed down every day.
Okay, all right, yeah. I've been doing similar stuff coming home, but then I also do a shower as well too. So right off work, everything in the wash, shower, then we do the hugs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it actually works out quite well because during the day you're all sweaty anyway. So the first thing you want to do when you get home is shower. So it's not too bad. But so when you're at home then with your family. What do you do more now than you've done before? Like, is it TV? Is it reading? Is it Monopoly?
Well, when the lockdown started, we used to play a lot of board games because we would get bored of watching TV. Yeah. and we do a lot of board games. But then when I came back to the office, I think I usually watch more TV. I usually have dinner with my family, like all the family, and we get to spend time around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. We're all together, and then I'll just prepare for the next day. But yeah, usually it's watching TV or playing board games. Inclusion, also, I'm not a big video game player, but we started to do that as
Really?
well a little bit. Yeah,
Your mom
like
and dad
a little
too?
bit. Excuse me?
Your mom and dad as well?
No, just me and my siblings. I have
Okay.
one sister and two brothers, so we'll get along with that.
Okay, that's good. Have you been watching any? Do you watch Netflix over in there?
Yeah, well, I watch Netflix, and recently we got Amazon Prime, so we've been exploring that too.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what's better?
I think I still stick with Netflix because Amazon has like the shows are good, but they're like they're, I don't know how to say it, all the how you can go through Amazon Prime, it's not that easy as Netflix. It's not that intuitive as Netflix. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because I think they're not as old as Netflix. So
Okay, but I don't like the fact that Amazon Prime, some movies I have to pay for, even though I'm part of Amazon Prime.
oh yeah.
So I don't like that. But yeah, have you watched? Because I got one of our colleagues recommended today, which I've watched before already. But have you watched Money Heist?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I think I finished it in a weekend. I'm a binge watcher.
All three or all 4 seasons?
No, just one season because I've
Okay.
seen the other seasons before.
Okay, so this is the latest season that you're talking about then. That's
the latest one.
Season 4?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the one that they go to the bank or the mint.
I think. Yeah, I think they're in the bank, but like 2 seasons they're in the same bank.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. I haven't finished the latest season, so I got to pick that up again. But yeah, a little bit off topic, but yes. Okay. So I actually about your role itself too. I heard you're a LinkedIn expert, and you're very good at finding candidates via LinkedIn.
Well, I think it's I don't want to call myself a LinkedIn expert, but on my last job I had to do a lot of sourcing because of the requirements of the positions there. I like to believe they were really to choose someone, but like personally I like to source more than just post something and wait for people to apply. I mean, it's good to have both because we have more candidates, but when you post something and you have people to apply, sometimes or almost 80 or 70% of the people that apply are not the fit for the profile. So it's a lot of time that I waste there looking through profiles that are not fit. So I really like being in LinkedIn and just being sourcing, and also a little bit of benchmarking never did bad to anyone. So a lot of companies post their like what they do or what they their activities or on that stuff, and sometimes we can use that for new ideas too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn as well too. So you and I should share some notes next time I'm in Reynosa. Can you describe how you felt when COVID-19 first broke out?
I think it was like in 2 parts, because the first time we heard about COVID-19, it was about around January, and for us it was just like news, like Chinese news or something that was Asian, stuff like that. But it was just like, did you hear about it? And we were like commenting in during lunch. But then when we got it here, it was really weird because well, here in Mexico, there's a lot of people that don't believe that exists. So there's a lot of people that they're not taking care of themselves. And including some members of my family, like my uncles and stuff, they don't believe that exists, which could affect like my grandma or something, someone that's close to me. And I think in our family we started taking well, we didn't taking some actions just to prevent that anyone's going to get it, but I think thankfully I'm not affected still by it. I've seen it really close because my boyfriend's mom has it, and she's old, so she's been struggling a lot with it. But for me, it hasn't been that stressing. Maybe they locked down a little bit, but I'm used to being inside my house, so it was just a little. I mean, it's not that stressful for me.
So right now, how are you feeling?
Right now, this week in particular, I felt a little bit more the stress of it because, well, my boyfriend's mom has it, so I can't see my boyfriend because he's taking care of her, and he's sharing with me all these things that he's been through. So that's a little bit of stress for me because, oh well, I care about her, but I care about him too. So it's just you feel like you can't do anything for them.
Yeah. He's got to make sure he's wearing a mask the entire time he's taking care of the mother.
Yeah, I mean, he took care for her about a week. Now she's in the hospital, but he would wear all the protections and gloves. And also, I had to help him out buying some stuff and letting the stuff like outside his house so he could get it. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What motivates you to go to work each morning?
I rather work in the office than in my house because I think in my house I have a lot of noise, and there's a like my mom doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she's cooking every day, all day, or doing other things, and my brothers and my sister and they are all making noise. So it motivates me to come over here because I know that I'm getting something done. Yeah. The feeling of not doing anything, it's not one of the best feelings, or I don't like it that much. So I prefer to come over to the office and take all the precautions and feeling productive than staying at home and not doing anything.
Yeah. All right. So in what ways do you think life will be changed after this pandemic?
I think we're going to be a lot more aware of virus and bacteria. I mean, before this, I already have like this tick of having hand sanitizer always with me, just because I don't like to feel my hands dirty. So I already had that, but right now it's like every 5 minutes I have to do it, or cleaning my desk. So I think a lot of us are going to be back to the new normality with an OCD, a cleaning OCD probably. And what I hope that really changes and stays is that other medical practitioners or nurses or everyone else that studies here in Mexico, all that medicine stuff and that work with that are being, or that they stayed recognized, because it's really underpaid and really undervalued right here. Yeah. So I think that would be, or I hope that would change for the future.
Yeah, that's a great point. Around the world, really, regardless of whether it's a doctor, nurses, or even the people that cleans the hospital, or the ones that pushes the how do you call it, the wheelchairs. Because these people at the front line, they're sacrificing just so much to take care of the lives of people, and they're not getting nearly enough recognition around the world. So
Yeah.
I agree with you there for sure. And on the OCD standpoint, yeah, even now I still have a bottle of alcohol or wash my hands frequently, and to the point where I actually have psoriasis on my hands, and it's
Really?
yeah. So I right now the practice is the rubbing alcohol, all the alcohol to wash my hands, and then immediately hand cream. So always
Yeah.
lather the lots and lots of hand cream. So you don't want cracked hands because the alcohol can do more harm than good actually, because it takes away all the good
Yeah.
germs in your hand too. You gotta be careful there. So what would be the first thing you want to do once the battle with COVID-19 is won?
I would like to travel. I mean, I had one trip canceled. It was a small trip, but it was canceled, and all the holidays or the summer holidays were blocked because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
So I hope I could go out of my town.
Where do you want to go?
Well, I had a trip to Mexico City. I really like
Yeah.
going to Mexico City, like all the museums and food and all that stuff. But just the feeling of getting out of routine is good.
Yeah.
Probably I'll just get to South Padre Island, but that's good.
Yeah. So South Padre is fun too. Mexico City, I went there 18 years ago. I loved it. Great city, lots of traffic, good
Yeah.
food, and very friendly people. I think what's the place called over there? Is it Montezuma? The Aztec
Um.
castle, the
Oh
ruins there, the
no,
pyramid.
it's Chapultepec, like
Tempe.
the castle. Yeah.
Yeah, Tempe. Yeah, yeah. I studied it and I went there afterwards, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, Mexico City is nice to visit for sure. So what do you have to say to your fellow colleagues around the world?
Well, first of all, wash your hands because it's better washing your hands than alcohol.
Yeah,
And well, I think the responsibility is from not just for the company to give us the proper uh, alignments and uh, face mask and everything, but it's also our responsibility of taking care of us. Not just the company has to do it; we have to do it together.
yeah,
So it would be um, open to new rules and be responsible, I think.
yeah. Well said. Very well said. So yeah, I think it's a civic duty, not just to the company or to yourself, to the family as well too.
Yeah.
For the entire to the entire society, we need to take care of ourselves and be safe. So, Carolina, thank you very much today for taking the time to speak with me. I will pass your message
Welcome.
on to the rest of the world, and you
Thank
continue
you.
staying safe.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.